So with regards to some of the basic stretches and exercises that we want to do kind of later in pregnancy, and then as well that can be useful with regards to de-stressing in the labor and delivery process, they're basic. So whether you can do a lot of exercise or not, it's still safe in order to do these things. So we can start by part of our de-stressing having done some of our breathing exercises as kind of a warm-up, and then just starting with some simple kind of neck stretches. So we can hand on the head, and stretch over to one side, and just hold it for a few seconds. And then you can switch, and your neck might crack. And all the while doing these things, by doing some of your deep relaxation breathing can help because it gets you into that pattern of what to do. Then you can just do some simple neck circles, which just always makes everything feel better. And then can go in the opposite direction. Then we can kind of shrug our shoulders up and roll them back and down. Kind of shrug them up again and do those circles with the shoulders. Perfect. And then we can go the other way. Didn't know you were taking an exercise class too, did you? After that, now whether you're sitting or standing, you can just do some side stretches. So one arm up and then kind of leaning over to your left or your right, whichever you want to do first. And that's just kind of stretching out that rib cage, making a little more room for baby. Stretching out some of those muscles that it's a little harder to. And then switch over to the other side. I love that you guys are mirroring each other. Perfect. Now, you're already on hands and knees, Irina, so another great thing to work on that lower back is yoga posing, basically, of your cat-cow. So if we can all get onto our hands and knees, and this is also really helpful when it comes to the back labor, because by being able to do that kind of cat-cow, which is the arching up as you're taking a breath in, and then as you exhale, looking up forward. Inhale, round your back like an angry cat, and then breathe as you exhale and look up forward. Now, ladies, I'm going to come around and I want your husbands to watch as you're continuing to do your cat-cow. So you're okay if I put my hands on you?
Yeah.
Okay. So when it comes to that hip squeeze, that fleshy part of the bum right here, and you're going to push in and keep doing your cat-cow at the same time. So your hands are going to come in closer, and as she keeps going, you keep that constant pressure on the outer part of the hip. The other thing you can do in this kind of position is palm of your hand and kind of rub in that center part of the back. So let's see you do the squeeze.
The center part, not down on the tailbone.
Not right on the tailbone, more out on the center beside the spine.
Okay.
And can do kind of just a counter pressure of a hold as she's doing it.
So the squeeze.
Nope, fingers pointing in. Yeah, so it feels a little awkward for you. Lucy, how does that feel while he's doing it? Funny?
That's quite nice, actually.
So you can see how that can make things a little more comfortable. Okay, Rita, your turn. So, you're okay if my hands are on you?
Counter.
So, fleshy part of the bum, hands in. Each time she does, you want to keep that pressure. So you have to use your arm muscles to be able to kind of keep that squeeze going. Then you could just do the counter pressure here with both hands as she's going. Or you can do hands on the outside and kind of massage on the outside of the spine. And it's good that you pointed out, Lucy, which is better for you. It's like, no, I don't like that. So, perfect. So, when you're at home, before labor even begins, doing some of these different things where you've actually got your hand on your partner or having your partner's hands on you, you can pick up what works for you and what doesn't. Because you may think, well, normally, I don't really like deep pressure when I'm having a massage. I kind of prefer more of a tickle where it's a light stroke. Well, when you're in labor, you may not like that at all. It's like, get your thumbs in there, and your partner's kind of like, you never want me to rub you hard. Like, what's going on here? So that also is a bit of a pelvic tilt, which works well because it's working those pelvis muscles also. When we're exercising, another thing that can be done is a little more tricky when you're later into your pregnancy, simply because we don't want you laying completely flat on your back. But anytime you are in bed or even on the couch, lay on your back and you can just tilt your pelvis up towards kind of crunching those stomach muscles and then kind of drop them back. So it's kind of the opposite if you're laying down, and you can kind of do it just kind of up on the hip, or if you're on your back for a few seconds, just to kind of counteract what you've done. Then we're going to stand up. The pelvic tilt as you get further into your pregnancy can also be done by using a birthing ball up against the wall, and you can squat down and then you can tilt your pelvis forward and back that way, or you can just be flat up against the wall, and that's another way of building those lower back muscles and the core muscles. So basic stretches. Mummies, if your balance is off, you're going to want a chair or your partner standing beside you, but simple thigh stretch where you lift your foot up. And these can be things that you're actually doing in labor and delivery, because if you've been walking around and you're getting those leg pains or cramps, you're going to hold on to that leg and try and give it a stretch. See, none of this is too stressful. It's not putting heart rate up too much. So whether we want to do exercise or not, we can. I know. So here we've got things for you to do. Then you can also do some calf lifts. So calf lifts are great because that's going to help to start to strengthen those calf muscles. So if you are going to be in some squatting positions with regards to delivery or to help with the labor process, so it's just up on the toes, some basic calf lifts. Pretty simple. And you can spend, 5 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes over lunch, 5 minutes in the evening doing a few of these things over and throughout the day, practicing with your husband or your partner, doula, whomever's going to be there if you're having a big support team, just to get more comfortable. Now, some women will also like to do leg lifts, which is completely fine. So that's laying on your side, old school kind of exercise where you're lifting that leg up, kind of just keeps things a little firmer.
People like doing that.
They do, it does, it works the butt.
Yeah.
Definitely does, but also if you end up needing to do some of those lunge positions, you've strengthened those outer muscles a little bit. With regards to your squats, the only way to show you is to just do it. So it's yogi squat style. So you're going to want your feet a little bit wider than hip width apart. And you're going to sit down deep. And it's as deep basically as you can go, with elbows basically braced inside. You can prayer hands. See, now the women are doing brilliant. I'm impressed with the men.
Not a lot.
We are not always as flexible as we need to be. But you can see, if you were using this position, how you can feel your hips are more open. You guys are in perfect position, and this works great with regards to pushing or just with helping to get that baby move down deeper. But after you've been down here for a few minutes, it's tiring. So by being able to go from this position then forward, kind of into hands and knees, resting, having a ball is important, having your support person there. But just even doing some of those squats a couple of times a day will help to kind of open those hips up and start to strengthen those legs.